Mascot Towers retailers allowed to remain open. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee and let's have a look at some good news. I hope you've all had a good Saturday. It's been a scorcher of a day here in Brisbane, hot and very humid. Beautiful, beautiful and quite annoying. So let's have a look. Mascot Towers given extension on repairs and retailers remain open over the Christmas period. And this is for articles from the Brisbane Times by Angus Thompson. Fantastic news. Just last week we were looking at the retailers, and we'll jump over here. This is from Google Earth, and we can see here the street view. You've got several retailers down here in IGA and a whole range of them that were at risk or going to be shut down due to facade issues. And well, you've got to feel sorry for these people that have got businesses here, all the issues that they've had, the stigma associated with the building alone, then the lockdowns and the restrictions. And you'd hope at the very least that they could open over Christmas to try and get something, some revenue. Because we've got this retail recession going on. So retailers at the base of Mascot Towers have been given a Christmas reprieve after Safe Work New South Wales granted an extension to repairs that would have seen the businesses close over the festive period. Now, here's the question then. If they can just so easily grant an extension, is this because they've made changes to mitigate that risk, or Safe Work reassessed it, or they just changed it? You know, are they just arbitrarily? They wouldn't. You'd expect that they would take. This would be a risk assessment process, or maybe they just communicated with the body corporate and calmed them down a bit. The Harrod Buildings Owners Corporation has now been given to the end of January to put in safety measures due to an unstable facade and the risk of falling bricks and rubble. Residents inside the residential block were evacuated in June 2019 after major cracks appeared in the structure, triggering a court case against a neighbouring developer, and along with the Opal Tower crisis, a New South Wales parliamentary inquiry into building standards. Now, I've got several videos. Just look at the construction playlist, everyone. And, I mean, if we jump over here, I call it the triangle of fail, sadly, between Mascot Towers, Sugar Cube, Zetland, and just, this is the problem of rampant overheating in a property sector. That's what it is, everyone. So all the more reason for our governments to pour fuel on the fire to fuel our property sector. We get substandard buildings. We get unaffordable housing. It's ludicrous. It really is. Some of the stories, honestly, we are lucky. We are lucky people haven't lost their lives with some of these issues. I think a lot of that comes down to the methodology of construction that we use here in Australia. A December 10 letter from the lawyers for the owners said a safe work improvement notice required the owners corporation to erect hoarding and exclude public access to the site, including all access to all commercial and retail lots. You should assume that as and from the 18th of December, which is yesterday, your lot will no longer be accessible, the letter said. On Tuesday, the New South Wales Minister for Better Regulation, Kevin Anderson, said the Owners Corporation had been given the option to request an extension to complete the work, which the owners have since acted upon. Okay, here's a question I put to you, and maybe some of the lawyers watching can let us know in the comments. Now, this potential risk has been made aware to the body corporate. Safe Workers said they're allowed to get an extension. Maybe the risk level isn't that high, but what if, now that it's been identified and they've got an extension, someone walks along and a bit of brick falls down and hits them on the head and they're injured? Would this exacerbate or is this a failure of a duty of care now that they've been warned by an issue? Would this exacerbate the potential negligence for the body corporate and everyone involved in it? I'm asking those questions there because that's the instant thing that comes to my mind with this. Maybe the risk isn't as bad as we think. Maybe it's quite a minor risk and they just need to ensure it's safe. But that's what scares me. The last thing you would want is someone walking past, you know, going along here, just going shopping. I mean, you would not want someone to get injured just to keep stuff open for a few more days. Where is it? Over here. I mean, they've already protected this. Where is it? Could it be coming up from here? You know, so we could see. Maybe it's at other parts of the building. We'll need... If anyone has access to that safe work report, we'll have to see. I'll you know, ask around and see what we can find. So, this will extend the compliance period by at least 4 to 6 weeks and ensure no retailer has to close over the Christmas period while safety measures are put in place, Mr. Anderson said. So, obviously they are mitigating the risk using other ways. You should be able to, with any of these things, there's different levels of risk mitigation. You've got to do risk assessment reports on you know, even when you're designing things. And you know, one of them is a physical barrier. There could be other ways, maybe restricting access, you know, and it all comes down to, well, you're dealing with pedestrians and the consumers as well. So there's other elements there to assess just with the unknown. Safe Work has confirmed an assessment of the building has shown there is no immediate safety risk to the community while the solution is being finalized. Okay, so it sounds like it could have been a little bit of an overreaction on the part of the body corporate. Maybe responding to, well, completely understandable after what has all happened. I mean, so at the very least, some good news for retailers. I mean, they've got a picture here with retailers. If we jump in here, let's have a look here. Are they still open at the time? This was in 2020. The date of this photo was the 9th of 2020. So a couple of months ago. What do you have? Okay, so you've got IGA there. And you've got a little coffee shop there. What's the... I mean, you wouldn't expect too much to be coming off that facade. It's all just rendered. Still, it could just be at the other side. And there you go. People getting their morning coffee. Another business there. Does it say what time this photo was taken? No, only the date. It should tell the time. It would have that data, I bet you. Because that'd be useful then for... Oh, well, you know what they'd do. You could calculate the shadows and then determine the height of the buildings, maybe. There you go. I feel sorry for the people in there. This is not a win-win situation. I mean, this whole area here used to be industrial land, you know, and there's all contaminated rubbish underground in the water, just seeping down a Botany Bay here. Just all of it seeping down. So, some good news, everyone, for the retailers in Mascot Towers. They're allowed to remain open over the Christmas period. I hope that will help them out, that they'll get a bit more revenue there and keep going. And I hope Safe Work are correct in that there's no immediate risk to people. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And subscribe and, I'm tired now. Subscribe to keep up to date to all the latest crazy things that I discuss. If you're a fan and want to support the content, there are a few ways you can. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon. Support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays or Teespring, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.